G'day legends, in this video we're going to be talking about legacy, greatness. Who was the best in the sport? Between Khabib and Alex Pereira. It's a damn good debate that is going on right now in our sport. So I think since we've got about 3 weeks off in the UFC, we can talk about it today. When it comes down to legacy, it is about overall greatness. It's who did you beat? Who did you fight? What legacy are you leaving in the sport? How are the fans going to look at you when it's all said and done? And two legends of the game right now are squared up, and it is Khabib, the Eagle, okay? Today in 2024, 35 years old, right? He's got 3 UFC title defenses. They are across 1 weight class though, all right? But that is just sort of like the surface of dominance that is Khabib's 29-0 in MMA. He has only ever lost 1 round in his entire career, and he has never spilt blood inside of the octagon. He is quite literally one of the best MMA fighters of all time. But I'm going to be squaring him up legacy for legacy against Alex Pereira, who today in 24 is 36. And in the UFC, just on its own, has won a middleweight and a light heavyweight title, along with 2 successful title defenses at light heavyweight. But on top of that, he also holds some Glory Kickboxing World titles in middleweight and light heavyweight, and I believe a middleweight Grand Prix title as well. For Alex Pereira, you could say that he is quite literally one of, if not the greatest combat sports athlete to have ever lived. So when you put them side by side, it makes you want to know who has got the better legacy. Right, if you're a Dagestani fan, the first thing that you are going to say is, brother, Alex is chicken, brother. He gets knocked out by Israel Adesanya, brother. Khabib never KO'd, not even once, never even hurt, brother. And yeah, like, I get it, right? I get it. The KO from Israel Adesanya, he's been KO'd before. It's a stain. It's a blemish. But then the Pereira fans would say there's an argument there to be made that Khabib worked very, very hard to keep his record completely unstained. Khabib never fought short notice, always picked the right opponents, made sure the matches were always favorable. Khabib never really stepped outside of very specific rules that he had for himself. Now, it's a smart tactic, right, to be sure, and one that would maximize one's ability for greatness and longevity, yeah? I think it was Sun Tzu that said in The Art of War, do not fight an enemy that you cannot beat. So good on Khabib for being smart. But it sort of does make it like, well, he never really challenged himself then, which in a world of combat sports, you know, to us, the fans who are fans of violence and want to see people go out there and be savages, not pushing yourself to your limit is a bit of a stain on your legacy. I would say not pushing yourself to your limit is more of a stain on your legacy than trying to be great and striking with, say, Israel Adesanya, one of the best strikers in the sport. Another argument you could make is, say, what would happen if you put them both in a cage together? Let's say it's 2024 and Alex cuts back down to 185 and Khabib stays looking thick boy, nice and healthy and chunky, chucks on the Sambo shorts and gets back into the cage one more time. How would that fight go, right? We can all see Khabib going for his dive in, single leg, I'm sure. Alex posting up against the cage, but Khabib maybe grinding away at him. I think Khabib would eventually be able to take him and hold him down, but would he be able to hold him there over the course of 15 minutes? Here's the problem, right? With Khabib never testing himself against a heavier guy, 15 minutes is a long time. That's a long time to hold down a very long-limbed, I guess, stronger man, right? I mean, it's easy to hold down Edson Barboza for 15 minutes, but if you just tried to hold Alex Pereira down, I don't know if Khabib would be able to do it for that long, right? And so I guess then, what if you just broke down their skill set, right? Like, Khabib is obviously a 10 out of 10 grappler, and people would say and have said that Khabib Nurmagomedov's striking is just god awful. And it is, right? Although, like Dricus du Plessis, even though Dricus du Plessis running in, striking overhand hooks looks like Juliana Peña's when she's had a few beers, it works for Dricus du Plessis. The same thing can be said for Khabib. Even though his striking looks horrible, and it does, it works for Khabib. He stood with Al Iaquinta, stood with him, and had success on the feet. Now, I know it's Al Iaquinta, not the best in the world, but don't forget that Khabib also stood with Conor too, someone who outboxed Floyd Mayweather for 3 rounds. That is a massive accomplishment. So you've got Khabib, who is a 10 out of 10 grappler and has proven to have his own skill set in striking, his own competence when it comes to striking. Now you've got Alex Pereira, right? Skill for skill. He's almost the reverse, the yin-yang, yeah? His stand-up game might be some of the best in all of combat sports. He knows how to throw a hook so perfectly. It barely touches you, but it lands so cleanly. It is an instant KO. The kind of KO that you will find yourself spending months and months in denial about, making constant YouTube videos because you just cannot believe how cleanly it landed on you. But he's wrestling. In the words of Khabib, he's grappling 0. He's wrestling 0, right? Jan got him. Jan got him and held him down for the entire round. Jan nearly got the hooks in, but then again, he didn't. Jan didn't get the hooks in. Alex Pereira was able to fight the hands and survive that first round. The thing is, that's pretty much all we've got on Alex Pereira for when it comes to how good is his wrestling, right? Because luckily for him, Shaman magic is real, and for some reason, fighters choose to just go into the cage with Alex Pereira and march him down with their chin up and their hands by their side, almost begging him to land a hook on their chin. I mean, nobody wants to wrestle him. Nobody wants to wrestle it. Maybe it's like a thing, like his wrestling is secretly that good. It's known about in gyms around the world, so everyone's like too scared to even try and wrestle him. No. No. He's been lucky. He's been very, very lucky. So you'd have to say skill for skill in MMA, that Khabib has probably got better skills than Alex Pereira, right? He's got far more dominant grappling and decent hands, where Alex Pereira has got far more dominant hands, but if he grappling, like, we don't really know. We've got like a round with Blachowicz, so that's a big one. That's a big one for Khabib. But then, of course, like, there's the opponents. Now, this is the sticky one, the opponents, right? Alex Pereira has fought nothing but champions for years, it seems. Like, from Sean Strickland, who obviously, like, wasn't a champion when he fought Alex Pereira, but became a champion after that. Like, that win has aged so well. To Israel Adesanya, Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prohaska, Jamal Hill. Like, it's just been champ after champ after champ after champ. And if you're going to discredit that, the champ after champ after champ, you're discrediting the UFC belt. You're discrediting the entire point of what we are doing here as fans entirely. And that point there might be the nail in the legacy coffin. Because for as dominant as Khabib was, and he was dominant over who? It's like a child playing with toys. I mean, his first 14 fights in his professional career have got more padding in them than the new UFC gloves, right? He ran to the top, and it's just a whole bunch of strikers and no names. Who is Khabib's best win on his run to the title? It's RDA, which, fair enough, that's his best win. Apart from that, it's Edson Barboza. Edson Barboza, striker, that's like a mid-level win, right? I mean, it didn't age terribly well. You look at Alex Pereira's win over Sean Strickland. That has aged better and better and better as Sean Strickland's career has gotten better. You look at Khabib's win over Edson Barboza. That has aged not very well at all. So Khabib's best win on his run up to the title is RDA. And then when he had the belt, I mean, there's Dustin Poirier, great win. Conor McGregor, good win. Gaethje, 3. That's 3 really, really good names. But can we be honest here? He didn't make weight against Gaethje. He didn't make weight. The commission let him off the hook on those scales. I mean, that's just that's just the facts. He didn't make weight against Justin Gaethje. So you have RDA, Dustin, Conor, and Gaethje, but you bullied Gaethje. That's 4 good wins with one of them being a weight bullying. Alex Pereira has Sean Strickland, which is aged beautifully. Izzy, which is aged beautifully. Izzy's going back to fight for a title again that is aged beautifully. Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prohaska, that is aged beautifully. Jamal Hill, 5 good wins, and there might be more. He might even try to move up to heavyweight. So today, by the end of this video, we could still go back and forth over who has the better legacy. But for all the Eagle fans out there, it's neck and neck right now. He is dangerously close to this not even being an argument anymore at all. Right now, we're like this. 1 or 2 more wins from Alex Pereira, and he is going down as the GOAT, and the Eagle is going down as a pigeon. That was it. Let me know down there in the comments, who do you think has the better legacy in MMA? Who do you think has the better legacy in combat sports? Put it down there in the comments. If you like this video and it's your first time here on this channel, I do live streams. I make MMA videos, so go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you've already clicked the subscribe button, but you still want to say, thanks, Dougie, I really like this video, I want to help the channel, that's what the like button is there for. It pushes this video out to a newer audience. Until then, it's the weekend. All the Americans, you have a great 4th of July. Everybody else around the world, you have a great weekend, and I will see you all in the next video.